Hello. Welcome to Paradelphia Radio. I'm sorry. This is already like, we weren't even started the show and this has been a hot mess express already. But what's up, guys? It is Genevieve here with Skeptic Mike.
Sure, why not? Toxic Mike, Skeptic Mike, that asshole Mike, whatever you want to call me.
The douche over there with the computers.
It's usually what the girls call me.
I know. So yeah. Oh, there's a hair on the mic.
Sorry about that.
Oh my!
I told her to make sure she cleaned all of her hair off.
That's so nasty.
What? You don't know? I had a girl in here try it out.
Oh, okay.
She was on the casting couch.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear life's going well for you. So anyway, welcome to Paradelphia Radio. I'm Genevieve, like I said. I wish we could say we had a full house, but
we got a full house.
We've got.
I'm Dave Coulier.
Oh, I love it. I want to be Uncle Jesse.
Why would you want to be the dude?
Oh my gosh, because he's friggin' banging. I'd look at myself naked all the time. So we're going to have a little bit of an interesting show tonight. 90s naked, though. Not current.
Why? What's wrong with him current?
He's just old. He just doesn't do it.
But he still looks. I mean, you know, I don't swing that way, but he looks good for his age. Holy crap!
If Mike did,
if I did, Uncle Jesse all the way.
Yes.
And he only gets to be called Uncle Jesse during.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, this is a weird episode of Paradelphia. Welcome.
This is it. So we're waiting on the infamous Gene Durkin to come and
tell us we're all going to hell.
Tell us that. What are you talking about? You guys are crazy. You know, because that's what she sounds like.
What's the worst impression I've ever heard?
I do not do good impressions.
Wow.
I don't do good impressions.
For her next impression, Chewbacca.
Oh gosh, I can't do that because I've never seen Star Wars. But yep. So we're missing Mike. We're missing Rick.
I'm right here.
Listen,
Hello.
I've had a really rough day.
Hello.
I keep telling.
Hi.
I keep telling Mike I might cry at some point today.
And I'm trying to make it happen.
He was literally yelling at me, guys. I need emotional support, so please at me on Insta. I'm
looking out for you guys. I feel like it would be good radio. Okay, I'm looking out for the listeners.
Well, that's just lovely. So today, you know, we're just gonna. I have a lot of different articles, and you know how usually Genevieve and Mike shows go. What did you poke yourself in the eye? He's holding his eye.
No, continue.
Okay.
My eye has been twitching like crazy today.
You're gonna cry.
I might cry.
So
I've been so emotional lately.
Oh my gosh. So we have
Daddy never hugged me.
Oh, well, that's sad. So moving on. We have a lot of different Paranews articles that I'm going to be sharing today. And of course, as we know, this episode can go 8,000 ways of many different ways. Just in general, because half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're just going to wing it. But anyway, so I think we should start off with the Stump Skeptic Mike. Let's do it.
From the dank, mildewed crypts far below Toxic Network Studio, it's Stump Skeptic Mike.
I feel like I'm cheating right now.
Why?
I feel like I'm cheating.
You feel like you're cheating on Rick?
I feel like I'm cheating, yeah. Me and him are the only ones who've ever done this together.
That's a lie. I did it with you.
What? What?
You're such a dirty man.
What?
That's a lie. I've tried to. I've stumped you. I don't know if I remember if I stumped you though. I don't remember. I know that you're that noggin of yours is just running rampant.
So go ahead.
So Mike.
That's my name.
Stump Skeptic Mike. All right, so
that's it.
For those of you that don't know, I know that there are hopefully some listeners, because I am going to be announcing something on the show that I've been kind of hyping up on my social media. So for those of you that are new to, maybe have not listened to Paradelphia in a while, don't know what this is. Mike is a freaking skeptic, and he thinks everything's
freaking skeptic.
He thinks everything's freaking fake, but we're gonna stump him today.
I think that people are deceiving.
Okay. Is that what it is?
Deceitful. There's a lot of carnies out there.
Okay, well, we're going to find out
today.
Baby
Jesus is one of them. No, go.
We're going to find out today if you're able to figure out what article is fake.
Let's see if you have a messed up brain, Rick.
Which one is real?
Yeah, that's
so we're going to give him 3 different kind of topics, and he's got to choose the one that he thinks is true, and then of course I'm going to announce which one was right.
And you came up with these?
I did.
So like I say every
all
time.
except for one.
Yeah. So whatever the fake ones are,
uh-huh.
That's Jenna's brain.
It really is. I was laying in my bed watching Impractical Jokers, coming up with these. So that's a little glimpse of, Anyway, all right. So your first selection would be Amazon.com now offers a ghost spray guaranteed to attract spirits from another realm to use for daily use. So like if you use it daily,
keeps the ghosts away?
No, it attracts.
Oh, it tracks them.
Yeah,
it attracts them.
It's good for like ghost hunters. Like ghost hunters are looking into this.
I bought a fart spray off of Amazon one time.
I'm sure that it was a repellent.
No, yeah, it was really good.
That's nasty.
Sprayed it at work.
Oh, fun. Oh, there's beautiful Jean. She's here with her heels and everything.
She looks like she needs a drink.
Oh, man. Last time was a whole bottle.
A whole bottle.
Yep. So, okay. So that's your first one.
Right.
Your second option is astronaut Buzz Aldrin posts eBay ad for moon socks he allegedly wore while on the moon. He sells for $500,000.
Moon socks.
Moon socks.
So you're saying
I've talked to Buzz Aldrin via email before.
Did you? Did you hit on him?
No, but I was trying to get him on the show. Maybe I should have.
He's like 90. What do
Well, he was on the moon. So there's your second option.
I like how it wasn't that he's 90. What are you doing? It's what can he do? It's like you start thinking, well, I mean, if I got a pencil. So go ahead.
Gosh. All right. Your third topic is new porn site to be released in February of 2020 devoted to spirit sex and sex with the other side videos. Their slogan for this new site is porn for and with the recently deceased.
See, now
Mike's like, I hope this one's true.
No, you can't. You can't do that because then you're going to get a whole bunch of people going there that are into necrophilia.
No, this porn site is like videos of people allegedly having sex with spirits.
Right, but the catchphrase again, say it.
Porn for and with the recent. Yeah, I get that. Recently deceased. But I think they were going off of the Beetlejuice, the handbook for the recently deceased, that kind of thing. I don't know. So
you're gonna get a bunch of people going there going, this isn't the morgue I signed up for.
Where's this site? All right. So let's talk this out.
See, all these are crazy enough that they'd be true. So you're really good at that. Because these are all so batshit crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? Porn sites will go with anything. Let's just be real. I mean, this porn, they just started that with porn for the deaf, where it's like subtitled. And they explain it.
Pornhub, yeah.
They also have porn for, what is it? Porn for people that can't see. So a voiceover will describe everything that's going on.
Out.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I want to be the one to describe.
I have a lot of free time on my hands. I find out all this stuff.
No, I mean, I found this out. I saw it on my Facebook. I don't know. Somebody shared it. I don't know. It was a meme. It was funny. But it was real. It was true. I looked it up. I didn't investigate too far, but I did search it.
All right. So you're saying that was the true one?
What?
Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, porn.
No. About the deaf. People deaf. I was just elaborating on what you were saying.
So you went for the deaf and the blind one to see what they were like.
Right.
Okay.
I can't imagine that porn one, the blind one, would be any good. But
it was actually not that bad.
Oh,
anyway,
my gosh.
so Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
Amazon.com ghost spray. No.
Okay.
BS.
So
even
saying
though
it's not.
yeah. Buzz selling moon socks.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some smelly socks.
I mean, how many years ago did he work on the moon?
Rank socks.
Probably.
I gotta go with this whole porn. Anytime you bring up porn, I have no doubt in my mind that the porn industry will try and go where no man has gone before, because I've seen it.
Oh my god. He's seen that special.
So
Okay. All right. So your guess was that the porn site was the correct one?
yes. What was that sound again? Do that while your man is sleeping one night.
Yes, you
Just
have.
right in his ear.
I have. That's how do you think I make whoopee? I just go up to
That's
him.
your mating call?
I crawl.
That's your mating call?
I crawl up to him and go,
he-
yeah.
Right away, he's like, in.
He's like, I'm here, baby. Anyway.
All right.
But
so
no, that's false.
that one's false. Which one is real?
The second false one was the ghost spray. The real one
Wow.
was astronaut Buzz Aldrin. The astronaut Buzz Aldrin posts eBay ad for moon socks, and he sold them for $500,000. I'm going to read the story
Wow.
on this,
Wow.
okay? And this was his literal quote. Yeah, I totally wore these on the moon. Selling an old pair of socks, allegedly from the moon to a complete sucker. So after he sold them, he straight up said, "Nah, I didn't wear them," but he sold them.
Ooh,
Wow.
Bravo.
Yup.
If anybody wants to buy my socks,
I mean, it literally, look, there's a picture of him holding up the socks.
I will sell my socks, my shirts,
The socks?
any article of clothing you want to buy.
Okay. Listen, one time my stepdad had this crazy idea, and I actually was like about to like go in on with him because I was like, dude, actually, it's really smart. A website called, my stepdad's name's Joe. Joe will wear your pants. So basically, he would wear pants and rip them up and then sell them for like $100. And
I like it.
I mean, I really think that he'd be, I think it'd be smart.
I'm in. So real fast,
Yes.
going off of the whole fact that I am quote unquote skeptic Mike,
Yes.
I went to an interesting fair on last Saturday. The psychic fair.
What? Where was that?
So yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Hell.
Gene didn't even get an
Didn't
invite.
even let me know.
So I well, you should have known. Anyway, so got him. No,
Stop.
I'm kidding. I'm
She
kidding.
said it don't
I'm
work.
kidding. So I got hit up by my friend,
mess.
and her mom does Reiki and all this other stuff and energy, and she's all into that stuff. So my friend, actually, her mom and her were at this event. So it was up the street from me, only a little bit. It was just in Brooklawn. So it's only like 5 or 10 minutes from me. She was like, you should come up and check it out. So I was like, you know what? I'll go check it out.
I ain't got nothing to do.
I ain't got nothing to do. So it was called the Psychic Fair, hosted by the Light of Divine Truth. They had tarot, runes, angel cards, psychic mediums, palmistry. I don't know some of this stuff, so I don't know how to read it. Spiritual readers, jewelry, crystals, and more. So I actually got some information from some of the people that were there and spoke to the organizers who want to kind of speak to Rick and kind of maybe do some cross promotion.
Oh, cool.
What the hell am I? Chop
But well, no, so
what the hell?
the
We're
people,
having this discussion.
the people I was talking with. So I had one guy, Dr. UFO, who's all into UFOs, and he has like actual seminars and talks with people and get-togethers, and he wants us to go be a part of one of these get-togethers. And they're all about UFOs and sightings and everything. And had this whole table. Then I spoke to this another guy. I can't remember his name. I got his business cards downstairs. I forgot to bring them upstairs. Well, no, he didn't have business cards. He also didn't have shoes.
He had business cards, but he didn't have shoes.
So
That's normal.
his shoes were held together. The top and the bottom of his shoes were held together with rubber bands, and they were flapping. So, and his table was just random claws that I saw he just put on, and then he just. And then he was very like hippie, like extremely like, hippie homeless. But I think that's a look now.
Yeah,
But
It is.
he had all these really cool jewelry that he said that he made, and that when you looked very close into this jewelry, it had different symbols that had different meanings to the symbols within the jewelry. And like when I walked up, he started like reading my energy, and I was like, stop doing that. And he was like, he started telling me things about myself. I was like, stop doing that. He's like, you're afraid of success. Yes, I am. Shut up. But he was telling me like this jewelry has these type of powers that help you with this.
I need some of that.
And I was like, oh, awesome. And I had this little ring in my hand. I was like, well, how much is this one? Oh, that's $450. Never mind.
Wow.
I'll put that back down.
You know it, people ain't buying his stuff because he's got shoes on.
No, because he came from Manhattan. And he travels to shows where he thinks he's going to be.
You don't remember his name? Because I have a friend of mine who does that.
I have it written downstairs. During the first break that we take,
okay.
I will run downstairs and see if I can't find the piece of paper that has his name on it because I have his information. But it was very interesting, and they had all these other tables with all these different people that were either selling goods or doing readings or tarot cards and everything.
I need a reading.
It was interesting. It was interesting, but definitely something that I think Paradelphia should be a part of. I was walking around telling everybody about the show.
Yeah.
So I went to an event that most people wouldn't think of me as going to, and I talked to them.
So
and
does this mean I get to read you now? Not right this minute, but
that would be a cool show.
because I've already
I
already told Rick. I got stuff for you.
Here's my whole thing. I like the idea, and nothing against you. I would do it. Absolutely. I would do it.
Okay.
But so me being skeptic and being the whole thought process of I'm skeptical until you prove me otherwise.
Okay.
So I'm always looking for that loophole.
Okay.
I'm always looking for a way. So even my mother, when I told her this, she goes, well, because the girl's mother who I know started trying to read me and my energy and everything. My mother right away is like, well, wait a second. She knows you. Her daughter's talked about you. You know, she has pre-thoughts on who you are as a person.
Right.
So anybody who already knows anything about you,
Right.
or anything personal about you that tries to read you, they've already, and I'm not saying they're lying, but the carny part of it, somebody who knows things about you. So to have that, to have the cold reading.
Oh, we should get my cousin on the line. She wanted a reading for the longest time, and I kept telling her no, and I kept saying to her, listen, I cannot validate for you because I know everybody in your life. We're not actual cousins, but we grew up in the same house and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know enough.
And and so she kept saying, no, I want it to be you. So before I started this reading, I'm like, hey guys, look, you've got to give me something. There's no way I could know. I have to be able to validate this for her.
Right.
So I guess about 3 or 4 things that there was there was a lot of things, but 3 or 4 things that there would be absolutely no way I would know. Her father brought through and her brother brought through. And then she sent me a beautiful Alex and Annie bracelet because she was blown away. Just saying.
Well, I
talked to others.
If you start telling me shit that is real deal, I'm gonna run out of the house.
Why don't we do this in the second hour? Like, I don't understand. Like, I think we got a show right now on our hands.
Look, I
already told Rick I had stuff for you a while back. I think we were at is it Creamy Acres or something like that?
Okay.
Were you there that night or something? And Rick's like, don't tell him. I'm like, all right.
I will get creeped the fuck out.
Why? You don't want to hear
everything gets turned off. I run out of the room.
The show's over. Thank you for joining us.
Why? Because, people you love that have crossed over, you don't want to hear from them?
So now you're going to...
And that's what I feel like. We don't know a lot about Mike's family. Like, I don't even know how old Mike is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we know...
You know how old I am.
I swear to you, I do not.
How old do you think I am?
35?
Yeah. About that?
You're close.
Okay.
You're close.
But
I'm 39.
I'm such...
You
Oh,
what?
really?
39.
I had no idea.
Next year I'll be 40.
That's crazy.
So you don't need a psychic to start reading you. I mean, you could just that information alone is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Right there.
Good to go.
Wait, Jean walks in. She knows I'm 40. I have video game systems. I play VR and I drink. Boom, we're good to go.
Got commitment issues.
There you go. Just get it going. Just get it going. It ruins every relationship. Let's keep it going. Sabotages shit.
Self-sabotager. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't need to have a medium to tell me that.
No.
I had a trainer when I was in wrestling who told me that. He was like, "You self-sabotage. I see it." The lunch lady told me.
The lunch lady.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what about other people you know and love who has crossed over and have messages for you?
Nobody has messages for me.
Oh, I don't know.
I beg to differ.
So here's the thing. So just like, and again, it's not that I don't believe. Let's put that out there.
Okay.
It's that it's like I was saying to you. It's on the person who full on believes it. This goes with anything that you have faith in. It's up to you to prove it, because faith is believing without seeing. Faith is believing without proof.
Wait a minute.
What?
What about when I said prove me wrong? You and Rick were like, that's not how it works.
No. Because you're telling us to prove you wrong on stuff that there's proof on. That you're telling us to prove you wrong on stuff that there's proof on. And then you were like, because you're saying this is the way that this part of this goes, and we're like,
I forget what
and then you were yelling. Yeah,
was.
it was something about this is going to be a little bit of, as you know, a crazy show. But this was you talking about, I believe, something about religion where you're like, this is how it is. And you're like, prove me wrong. And we're like, no, it's not up to us to prove you wrong.
I got to go back and
It's
listen.
up to you to prove that that's the way it is.
I see what you're
If
saying.
you say that, there's a magical cloud monster, it's up to you to be able to prove that there's a magical cloud monster. It's not up to me to prove you wrong. Because there's no cloud monster.
I get what
Do you
you're
see what I'm saying?
Ooh.
But if somebody proves me wrong, my mother hates me because she says I'm so logical, I'm so black and white, and that's true. That's why I'm in my day job. I'm a quality control supervisor because
Wow.
it's right or wrong. It's black and white.
Right.
It's yes or no. It's real or not real.
Right.
It's up to the person who is saying that this is the way it is.
Right.
Right.
To
but
prove
what about if you're getting a reading and something comes through that you know is true, and the person giving you the reading would have no way of knowing?
Would you admit? Yeah. I feel like Mike would admit, like, whoa.
No, no. You'd be able to look. This tells everything right here. This face.
The money maker.
This is the money. Why do you think I do radio? This is why I do radio. Because this is not a pretty sight. No, but this gives away everything. I mean, whatever I'm feeling, that's why it's also real good, easy to read me as well. Not just reading me in that regard, but like poker or something. Because, my facial expressions tell everything. If you say something that freaks me out, like, holy shit, but then again, I am not disregarding anybody out there that does this. I'm very respectful of what you do.
Right.
But it's just like a magic trick. Magicians like David Copperfield or Penn and Teller, if they did those magic tricks 200, 300, 400 years ago, they would be warlocks.
Well, let me tell you.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because the level of understanding back then was that's what that is. We had the level of understanding that it's a trick, but you watch a trick nowadays and it could be right in front of your face and you have no idea how they did it. It's just years and years of practice.
Well, I will say from being around Gene, now I will give you a little tidbit. I don't know if you remember this far back. We were here.
I don't remember yesterday. Were you kidding me? I need a belt. I can't even remember to get a belt.
The first night you met Steven here, it was at the show. And it was there was just like no way you could have researched Steven because, hold on, let me think what it was. You did some kind of reading in Elsinboro. Well, it was like near the beach, and it was a house. They used the Connect. There was a woman.
Yeah.
Was her name Brenda?
Yes.
Okay. So that night, I had no plans to actually come to the show at all, and I forget why. I think something came up, and this is what happened. I had to go to the mall for something, and I had to get it for the next day, and I took Steven with me. We had no intentions in coming to this show at all. I told Rick I wasn't coming. Well, we ended up showing up, and there was like people packed in here. It was a full house. Well, as Steven's sitting here, he goes, that woman looks familiar, talking about Brenda, who you were here. Rick was here. Doug was here. And he goes, that woman looks so familiar. You started talking about her, I think, boyfriend or fiance that had passed away. And Steven goes, Jenna, that's my uncle. And I'm like, no, I was not at that reading. I don't even think I knew about that you guys were doing that night. Like there was no plan at all of Steven coming with me to the show. So we get here and he goes, Jenna, that is my uncle. And I'm like, how weird. Like what are the friggin' chances of this happening? Right. So then he ended up getting on the mic and talking about something. And Steven doesn't share this very often, of course. And you had never met Steven. You probably didn't even know his friggin' name. And you looked at him and he was talking about his uncle. And you looked at him and said, your dad and sister are on the other side. And you were telling him something. And I started, actually, if you go back and listen to that episode, I gotta crying.
Find this. I have no recollection. I know, because
you were in your mood. You were in your mood.
My mood. I was in my mood.
You're in your mood. But I started crying, and I'm like, that's honestly, I think that was the day that I knew you were the real crap.
The real crap.
Real crap. That's my new tagline for my new website.
New business cards at the bottom. Right. I'm the real crap.
The real crap. No, but seriously, because there was absolutely no way for you to have premeditated searching Steven, for me not even to know that I was coming to the show, nor let alone with him.
I don't think I even met him by that time. Had I? Like by the time I read him,
that was the first time you had ever met him.
Right.
The very first time. And that's when, like, when people, like Mike was saying about, it's like a trick in front of you. Is like, that's how some people perceive it. But like me, where I know there's things that you have said to me that I'm like, dude, there ain't no way. Like, I ain't putting this on my social media. I'm not putting this. There's no Google search you could do for Genevieve that would come up with this, So it's definitely, I think that you doing a reading on Mike one day would be the most interesting thing.
It would be.
Freaking ever. Like, I think that I would literally sit there with popcorn when I can eat it again and be like.
And a glass of wine.
Oh. Stop.
See, then what if, like, it's like spot on and I get freaked out and then I'm no longer Skeptic Mike. It ruins my whole persona online.
That's not true.
There are plenty of things to be skeptical about.
Yeah.
That just isn't one of them.
Yeah. He would no longer be a skeptic on mediums.
A medium.
Yeah. So I think that
that's the one. Everything else still stands in line.
That's right.
Aliens.
We move this one over here.
There you go.
I'm less skeptical of aliens. Aliens are a real thing. They just don't give a shit about us.
Well, that's because
we're the lower species.
Right.
We are the short bus.
Right.
Listen, it's been explained to me like this, that for all the universes and all the other species and all the other souls out there, the Earth is a grain of sand on the beach.
Yeah.
So,
mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I saw a astrophysicist describe it as, if you're walking down the street, if you see an anthill with a bunch of ants, you don't pay it no mind. You just keep walking.
Right.
We are the anthill. We are little baby ants running around like crazy, working every day, making our money, buying our stuff, just like the ants are building their tunnels. And why even bother? They're ants.
And then you got some people that kick the anthill out of
amusement.
Step on it.
That's when we get a meteor that hits us, which is coming soon.
Oh my gosh, there was one that almost hit.
Really?
Earth. And I can look up the article, and that can be one of our articles tonight. But there was actually one that came within. They set out like it was like miles, like 100,000 miles or 500,000 miles of Earth, and they kept like on. Remember, the movie Armageddon, where they kept it so secretive, and then all of a sudden,
we got to get Bruce Willis up there.
Oh, I love Bruce Willis. And it came out. That's basically what it was. Like, they kept it so under wraps. They only told like need to know people. Oh. But personally, if I knew the world was going to end, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't want to say what I'm going to do.
Oh. Well, on that note, let's go to our first break. And, and then we'll come back and do some para news, and I'm sure just continue this train a rolling. Oh my Lord.
I'm so used to hitting the first one.
Yeah. Oh.
There's never a show where somebody sits at number 2 the whole time.
Number 2.
But
I know, because I've been going to the couch.
Always sit at number 2.
You're all about number 2.
All about the number 2.
All about the number 2.
I like my numbers even.
Yeah. See, and I like odds.
Do you really?
7.
That's weird.
I hate.
Really?
I hate
now,
numbers.
For some reason, right now, I hate numbers in general. For some reason, right now, I stay away from anything involving the number 6. Is that weird?
No, because it reminds you like a 666.
Yeah.
The number of the beast. I go towards 666. Are you kidding?
I bet you do.
Yeah, I do.
And you wonder why you have issues.
Oh, no, I don't wonder. I can give you a long list. You got another 2 hours to go over them?
I can fix that for you. You can be happy here. You can live in joy.
There's no fixing. There's no fixing.
That's not.
I just got to ride that wave. That's what I'm doing. I've accepted it. I'm going with it. Let's just continue with it. I've gone full-fledged. Have you seen my living room? I don't give a fuck.
Well, on that note, let's cue the para news. Oh, look, he wasn't ready.
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing.
From the four corners of planet Earth, from the far reaches of the known universe, you can run, but you cannot escape. Paradelphia News.
What was that?
I want to know why I haven't gotten a sound bit or a, what are they called?
That's up to Rick. I work for Rick.
You work for Rick?
I work for Rick.
Really?
That's nice.
That's weird how you said that. It's very awkward. Next thing you know, you're getting subtitles.
Nasty. Anyway, so the first story of many.
The first story of many.
That I have.
I'm just going to keep
prepared.
repeating everything you say.
Don't make me cry.
Oh, please cry.
Listen,
I'm in pitbull mode lately, so I wouldn't do that.
What?
Just saying.
Pitbulls like to watch people cry, too.
Pitbulls like to make people cry.
Exactly. Make her cry, Gene.
Seriously.
Make her cry.
I literally felt like I just needed to cry all day.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing with the devil horns? Put them down, Mike.
I'm using them.
He's casting a spell on me.
Go ahead. What's the first story?
Well, let's learn about why a woman called the cops. Well, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Somebody messed up her Burger King order.
No, because Bigfoot peeped through her window.
That was me. I'm Harry. Leave me alone.
Sure, it wasn't a bear?
Well, let's find out.
Or a hairy dude.
A reporter named investigator named Bill S.
I thought it was just Bill the investigator.
Bill the investigator. That's simple.
Is this in Alaska?
Probably. Maybe. Let's find out. I spoke to the witness at length over the phone. The witness is a delightful lady who was very happy to visit about the encounter. I'm sorry. My allergies are killing me today. The worst. She was 10 years old at the time. Wow, he's a pedo.
Yeah, I take back my statement from earlier.
And it was
I retract what I said.
and it was the late 50s.
Oh, wait, late
We're just
50s.
getting around to this now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
You're really on the cusp of what's going on in the news.
Stop. It was on the news.
No, back then it was the radio.
The radio. Was it?
No.
In the 50s? No, not even. It was
They had telegraph.
They
did
had
not. They had TVs. They just had one, and it was in
Pigeons.
the living room, and it had like a stereo system in it, and all kinds of stuff. It was a piece of furniture.
Oh, well.
I just saw pictures. I'm too young for that.
There we go.
Jean is only 38.
She
right.
is.
That's
she
right.
is.
So all you late 20s, early 30 guys.
That's right. And my power animal is a cougar, so.
Oh, you are spicy today. She and two of her friends were laying on the bed late at night around 11 p.m. to midnight.
We are not going to get to
The bed was right up close to the window.
Wow.
The house sits raised on the concrete foundation, and the bottom of the window is about 6 feet off the ground. They had the window open, but the screen was closed. They were enjoying the breeze and looking to see if anyone else on the small street was awake. I got such a frog in my throat right now.
Would you like an Altoid?
No, I think I'm okay.
Would you like a punch to the throat?
That actually might work.
See? I know what works with ladies.
Oh my gosh. Even there was no street lights in the neighborhood at the time. There were bushes in front of the window, but there was a good-sized space between the window and the bushes. They all heard the bushes rustling and did not think much of it, but were curious to see what was making the noise.
This sounds like a scholastic book.
It does. It does. As they turned to look, the witness was face to face with the animal. She estimates between 6 to 12 inches between them. She remembers it vividly. The animal's brownish hair. The hair was longer on the shoulders and shorter on the face. She does not distinctly remember a neck, but it was because it was covered with hair. The hair was matted. The animal did not open its mouth. It had a slight brow ridge, and it was not overly excessive. But it burnt. Sorry, I can literally keep coughing after every sentence.
All right, here's the game for today's show.
I'm sorry.
Every time Jenna clears her throat, you have to drink.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm good.
Listen, I haven't taken Claritin because I've been so good, and then this morning I woke up
Oh,
post
you gotta
nasal
take
drip
it every day.
everything.
You got to see what I take every day. It's crazy.
There we go. That helps.
So there's a hairy man.
There's a hairy man. They were darker, brow ridge, but it was not overly excessive. It was burned in her mind. But what was burned in her mind were the eyes. They were dark in color, and they had a little white around them. The white part was very bloodshot.
This story took an
The
interesting turn.
witness
It
stated
did not.
that as a 10-year-old, she felt scared of the eyes. But as she thought about the encounter over the years, she now feels, and this is a quote, that it was studying us, observing us, but it was not threatening.
What the hell?
I was trying to keep it with the momentum, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. It's weird.
It was not threatening. The top of the head was about 3 inches below the bottom section of the window, which would place it somewhere between 6'6" to over 7 feet tall. That's not that tall. She estimates that it would have seemed like an eternity. The duration of the time where she was staring at the animal was about 10 to 15 seconds before she turned and screamed. After her mom came in the room, she remembers smelling an almost skunk-like smell, a musky smell. The smell was not overpowering. It was mild in strength. The police were called, and the next day they came through and did an investigation. It wasn't even the day of.
This is definitely Alaska.
No evidence was found, but that was not surprising. It was a late summer in Oklahoma. See?
No.
And it had not rained in a long time, making impressions virtually impossible. The encounter has had a life-changing effect on her. She knows she had solved Sasquatch and has no doubts. She stated that she never opens the window at night anymore. The house at the time sat on the edge of some woods. The woods were hilly and several creeks in them. And it had several creeks in them. I asked if they heard any sound such as dogs barking. She replied that she remembers that her neighbor did not have dogs, so that was not unusual. She tells the story to her children and grandchildren, and they were the ones who encouraged her to submit the report. She spoke to one of the other witnesses, her friend, a few years ago, and did not bring up the subject. She will try to contact them to see if possible. And then he says, I'm going to interview him again to see what the friend said, but she emphasized several times the eyes of the animal. At the very end of the conversation, she was trying to describe them further, and she said they reminded her of the eyes on the one of the Bigfoot shows. After some discussion, we concluded that it was that it is the eyes on the book, Sasquatch Legend Meets Science. So if you look up that book, those eyes are what the Sasquatch looks like.
She was 10
Could have
years
been a
old.
wolf.
Yes, it could have been so many different things at 10 years old looking out your window. It could
In
have been gritty.
Oklahoma.
It could have been gritty.
In Oakland. Green Acres is the place to be. Right? Isn't that Oklahoma?
It could have been so many different things at 10 years old. 10 years old, I was sleeping in my bed. I swear, for some strange reason, a giant shadow of I want to say the one word, I'm not going to say it, of a chicken. A rooster.
Okay, yeah, we know what word you're thinking of.
Because that's the first word that came to my mouth.
Nasty.
That came into my head. but a giant one. It just sat there and it started like squawking or something. And I got so scared because this giant thing. Now it could have been anything. It could have been like just a shadow from something that all of a sudden looked like that. But I was young and I got scared.
Could have been a visitor from the other side.
Could have been a visitor from the other side who wanted to give me a message about the C word.
That is why Mike is scared to go to farms. To this day.
Or why?
Is it the rooster story?
Because I'm afraid of the roosters.
Because you're scared of roosters.
That's it.
Yep.
And horses.
And chickens.
Are you scared of horses?
Yeah, I seen a video when I was younger.
Really?
It's a dirty one, wasn't it?
You've never ridden a horse?
I've never ridden a horse. Never.
You gotta ride a horse.
Never rode a horse.
Gotta ride a horse. It's great. Like really ride one, not just a trail. Get out there and
Didn't your cousin who used to go, his cousin?
Tiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like really big in the horses or something? Like she rode all the time. And like I talked to her about how I don't ride horses and she was like, why don't you do it?
Yep.
there's nothing better.
Because that horse is just going to beeline it somewhere and then I have no control.
It's like, do you ever see It Takes Two when the horse just took off? No? Okay, that was a 90s movie. I'm moving on.
Yeah, please move on.
The next one is from
Screeching Halt.
Huntington HuffPost.
Can we not get stories that are reported by children?
This is not
They all lie.
This Amelia Earhart's. Thank you. I was say Earnhardt. Isn't that?
It looks like it. But
Earnhardt's the NASCAR.
So Amelia Earnhardt was riding in NASCAR, number 53, just doing circles, and then it started flying like it was Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. Amelia Earhart's remains were never found. This horrifying theory could explain why.
Oh my God.
We saw the documentary.
It was very good, but it didn't give us like closure.
Does this go with the
Turns out to
necrophilia
be.
thing again?
No, I don't think so.
It's
I don't
a
think
long
so.
time.
Oh, it's too long.
It's too long for
It's
that.
too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
Wow. All right. Well, there's a new effort underway to discover what happened to the legend herself, Amelia Earhart. I keep wanting to say Earnhardt. I'm sorry, so I'm stumbling.
That's okay.
Who vanished 82 years ago, along with the navigator Fred Noonan, during an ill-fated attempt to fly around the world.
My great uncle was her mechanic.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love it just goes to show you how small the world is.
We're all connected. We are all one.
It's a small world.
Yep.
Sorry.
Explorers Robert Ballard, who found the Titanic and the Disembark, and Allison Fundus. Oh, what a fun name. The chief operating officer for Ocean Exploration Trust are leading to the expedition to find a long-lost Lockheed Model 10E Electra off oh gosh.
Jesus, just put the phone down. Put the phone
Island.
down.
Listen, it's an actual island. Nicaragua Island in Kiribati. While that's apparently, I guess, where they think that she fell, out of the sky. Why? Not to laugh about it. We're awful. While they searched,
I don't think she fell.
she fell from the sky.
Uh-huh.
While they search the waters, a National Geographic team plans to score the island. But one possible fate might be too horrible to ponder. National Geographic reported that according to one theory, one or both may have survived a crash landing on a remote Pacific atoll, and after some period of time died there. Then they were devoured by crabs, including massive coconut crabs that measured 3 feet across from leg to leg, that dragged their bones into burrows. This theory could explain why colonists who attempted to settle Nicaragua Island, then called Gardiner's Island, I think they should go back to that. It's just easier.
Yeah.
Discovered 13 human bones. British colonial officer Gerald Gallagher, who found the bones in 1940, claimed the rest of the remains had been dragged off by crabs. Tests at the time suggested that the bones didn't belong to Earhart, but the bones have been since lost. What?
Dun, dun, dun.
Making it impossible to subject them to more modern tests. I just saw a shadow go past your
my
hallway.
God.
I swear to you.
Jesus.
I swear.
It's craziness.
I really thought Rick was coming in like, please just shut their mics off.
We're vetoing
Listen,
this
if
show.
we got away with that last show. We're golden.
But no,
I know. The last show, Gene's sitting here the whole time going, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to this show, she's like, balls to the wall. Whatever we want to do.
She's pitbull today.
Our show is the takeover. Next thing you know, you start wearing T-shirts that say Paradelphia Takeover whenever you come in.
Rick who?
We'll bring our own alcohol.
Bring your own alcohol. You got metal chairs to hit people over the head that try to fight you.
I love it. I'm about it.
Dun, 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 dun.
But no, I legit saw a shadow. It looked like it came out of your bathroom down the hall. I swear.
I have to go look and see if there's somebody in my house because I'm sure the door's unlocked.
That was scary.
Let me go look.
Go look. Mike's like, I ain't playing this game. That was really scary.
Well, okay.
Take your gat. Anyway, so let's continue with the crabs.
I love how he's going to look for a real person, and I'm looking for a spirit.
Oh my gosh! What do you think? Who do you think it is?
I don't know, but my heart's pounding really quickly, which is what usually gets
If there's
my
a spirit
attention.
around, do you need to start doodling?
I might.
Maybe. They did this. Oh my gosh, guys! If you could see, no one was down there, right? It was a spirit. She just said that her heart's beating really fast, which means something is brewing. A brewing. Okay.
Do you want me to take a look?
Yeah. Gene, go down there with your doodle pad.
I went down there with my doodle pad.
He took his sword. He just got up with his big old samurai sword and said, "I'll take care of it."
Thank you for saying it's a big old samurai sword. Appreciate that.
All the girls listening like, "Ooh, where's he located?"
I get a DM later on. Samurai sword, huh?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Want you to cut me up.
We're very sorry, Rick. We are just very sorry.
But
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're really not.
The chat room is laughing, so.
Stop! Oh my gosh, I can't.
So there's nobody here.
Okay.
I do have a
on
lot.
your side,
I have a
there's
lot of
nobody
equipment going on, a lot of things. So
I just thought it was funny when you walked out the door. I said to Jen, I'm like, he's going to look for a real person. I should go look for a spirit. Like my mind never went to a real person. My mind went directly to spirit.
my mind went to my door's unlocked. Somebody's downstairs playing with my VR.
Get him! Not the VR!
What's a VR?
Oh gosh.
Gene, have you never messed with VR?
Virtual
don't know what
reality.
that
I
is.
haven't.
Do you have a little
either.
time after the show? we need to put the headset on
Let's
her.
What is
do it.
that?
Because I
Okay.
want to do it too.
All right.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go on Paradelphia Live
Okay.
Okay.
on the Facebook.
Okay.
I'm overriding Rick. Rick's going to shut it off. We're
He's too
doing
sick.
it. Oh, all right.
Sorry, Rick.
Let's go back to
Check
Amelia.
my text message.
Okay, because these crabs are really concerning me on
Why?
this
'Cause she's
Gardner
already
Island.
dead.
I know, but if the crab theory were correct, some of those bones could still be there on the island, just scattered or buried. The International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, which has been searching for years for signs of Earnhardt. I'm sorry, I keep saying Earnhardt. Just go with it.
Okay.
Earhart.
That's your name now.
Or her aircraft posted a video in 2014 of one of the island's famous coconut crabs in its burrow. And it's literally just a video of a crab.
Yeah.
The group also did an experiment with a pig carcass to see what would happen to the animal's body and bones. The crabs, both coconut crab and much smaller strawberry crabs. Strawberry crabs? Never heard of those.
Never heard of that.
Devoured
Strawberries.
devoured the flesh in the matter of weeks, but didn't do
Weeks.
much. Didn't do much with the bones at first. However, one land crab was caught on the camera dragging a bone, proving that it could in fact do it. The crabs didn't make much off with many of the bones during the experiment itself, but a year later, more bones had been dragged away, presumably by crabs. Some were taken as much as 60 feet from the carcass, and others never found at all. National Geographic reported. Some crabs could move fast, most of human body or two over the space of a few years, but that's still to be determined. Let's see. They also threw kind of like a cold water theory in 2014, saying we can't find any documented accounts of them actually taking things and leaving with them. So they are literally investigating these crabs to see if Amelia Earhart.
Good grief.
That is, I just feel like a real, like a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Like
That's like a prosecutor saying one of the reasons this guy is guilty of killing his wife is because when they found her shoes, they were tied on the outside. People tie them on the front top of their shoe. That's ridiculous. So they put the shoes on later, and then when they tied them, the bow got on the side rather than being in the center of the shoe, and that's one of the reasons. That's ridiculous.
that is such like.
Where's the plane? Give me something. Like, what is...
Right.
What? You're just trying to get in the news.
Well,
bitch.
we watch.
Yeah. F out of here. A lot of people have crabs.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just feel like I saw the documentary. I think it was on the History.
Yes, we
Channel?
both saw that. And
Yeah.
remember we had a fight with Rick over that because he kept saying it was all bullshit, and then it came out in the news it was all bullshit.
Oh, I don't remember that part because I usually block what Rick says. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh,
Yeah.
Mike's shaking. Mike's shaking his head.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. But no, I mean, I
It was
don't
good.
know.
I thought it was good, but it turned out that most of it was just fiction, and they put it forth as a actual documentary, and these were facts when they weren't.
Well, that's like the documentary. I think I watched that, and then I watched the one about the guy, the serial killer in England. Like
Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, about
Okay.
the guy who swore that he was the descendant of Jack the Ripper and was trying to prove that it was his great great uncle or great great grandfather or something. But that's a really bizarre like.
Yeah, who does that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At
And then
that
he
point-
couldn't prove it because they had actual DNA and
Oh,
it
how
didn't
cool is that?
match. And it didn't match. And then that was the last episode. It was like, I felt like I wasted my life on 5 weeks of watching this documentary. But,
Now,
yeah.
was it Chasing R. Kelly? What is that called?
Mute R. Kelly.
What's the documentary called?
Mute R. Kelly.
Is it?
Oh, no.
No.
I've been chasing R. Kelly.
That's what I thought it was.
I believe
Jeez.
it. No, frig.
Surviving R. Kelly.
Surviving R.
Yes,
Kelly.
don't stand under R. Kelly.
Don't, because
That's
they
a documentary.
pee on you. But he's getting his right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
He's getting his. But well, I mean, listen, Sarah, do you have any idea of what was really in Mike's hallway just now?
I feel something.
Mike's like, I don't want to be by myself.
I know. I don't want to freak him out.
Would it
I'll be
freak you out?
babysitting.
Would it freak you out if she said it?
No, because there's nothing in here.
Okay.
Well, then what do you think?
I think you're crazy. Oh, I'm talking to you. I didn't know you were talking to her.
Oh, that's a given. I'm okay with it.
I don't know because every time I think about it, my heart starts to pound, which is usually one of my first signs that I need to pay attention.
Oh man.
And when you said that, I mean, I automatically went to spirit. I just,
it was weird.
yeah,
I swear.
yeah.
That was freaking weird. Anyway.
You can ignore us all you want. I'll be quiet. I won't go any farther than that.
Oh, well, the next story I have,
it involves ghosts in Mike's bedroom.
no, but
But the first topic did. So, I mean, if it was that kind of ghost, then you'd be fine with it, right?
What, the kind that goes in my bedroom?
And have sex?
Oh, whoa!
What if a ghost showed up
Yes.
and was like, I swear I keep saying it.
All right, I'll be back.
This is the weirdest thing. I'm not kidding you. I'm not going crazy.
You're going crazy.
Jean is going on a mission. Jean's going to come
She's
back.
on a mission, and she's wishing someone to cure her lonely condition.
So while Jean checks things out, did you hear about the British athletes that are claiming ghost sex is haunting their reality show?
Oh, yeah, I think I heard about this, but how crazy would it be if we all of a sudden just hear Jean screaming bloody murder?
Stop! I don't. Nothing could scare Jean. She's in her pit bull mood. Remember?
Yeah, she just starts beating them.
She's like, "Don't mess with me. I'm from North Jersey."
She doesn't know she's using like my VR equipment. I start freaking out, yelling no.
Stop! Anything but the VR. Well,
Now, haven't you guys talked about on the show before, like ghosts that have sex with people?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. Kesha claims to have had sex with a ghost.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me.
I think this is what I think it is. Okay, so I chalk a lot of this whole anything that happens in the bed or when you're laying down where you think it's some kind of ghost or something. I chalk a lot of it up to sleep paralysis.
Okay.
Because it feels like, because I've experienced sleep paralysis a few times.
Have you?
Yes.
I hear it's scary.
Well, I've experienced it, and 2 times, 2 or 3 times, I believed, and I told the stories about ghosts, somebody coming into my apartment and me hearing them and them talking. Because sleep paralysis happens in that kind of asleep, not asleep stage,
Right.
where you're somewhat awake and knowing, but your body still isn't awake. So when you're sleeping, your body's not going to move around to make sure that you don't hurt yourself. So there's stuff in your brain. Yeah, when you go into unconsciousness of sleep state, your body, then that's why it will just like, you lift up your arm, it'll just drop. Because your body doesn't move around, because your body has shut down everything in terms of movement to stop you from hurting yourself. Now you can move like in a dream, like something's going on, you might move a little bit, but your body shuts it down. So then sleep paralysis is that whole, and again, I don't know everything about it, so I might be explaining it wrong, but this is like from my memory. So sleep paralysis is the whole thing of being in and out of sleep to the point where your body is still shut down, so you can't move, but your eyes will open up and you can still see what's around you.
Right.
So you're still kind of in and out. So these times when I've quote unquote had ghost experiences in my apartment, it could have been just I am still somewhat in sleep mode. So I'm hearing these voices that are a part of my dream, but I'm awake enough to be conscious. You know what I mean? It's like that weird middle stage. So then if you're having a dream that involves any kind of sexual interaction, and you go into this state of sleep paralysis, well, you could still kind of be experiencing that sexual part of the dream, but awake and held down.
Interesting.
So that's my theory on that.
Well, like, I know that Kesha, and I know that I've read that story on here a few times, but Kesha, when she claimed to have had sex with a ghost, she said that it was a ghost that like came into her, I think it was a hotel, came into her hotel room and pretty much like started to like touch her, but she accepted it and she continued to do it. So it wasn't like she was being held down. It wasn't like a ghost.
Coco.
Thank God.
Coco?
Coco, that the Disney movie?
Conan O'Brien?
No, she's married to Ice-T.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Coco.
Big titty Coco. Coco, and as Mike wraps his arms around his front of his chest.
Yes.
She did?
Yeah, that happened to her. Not fully sex, but he tried it. And it was on the TV show, I should know this.
Coco
I watch it
Ice-T.
every Saturday morning.
Blue's Clues?
Here's the mail that never fails.
With the medium Kim Russo. And
I don't know her.
they find celebrities who have had these experiences, and then they go back and she tries to figure out what happened and why.
Right.
And it was an entity who was of lower energy and was trying to have his way with Coco.
And I bet Ice-T was like, nah, dog.
She
Not
was young then.
SVU, Special Victims
SVU.
Unit.
Was she drunk?
No.
Because when I'm drunk, sometimes I swear there's a girl there.
Sometimes Mike just pretends it's a ghost, but really it's just him.
Really, it's just Mr. Pickle.
Listen, I'm sorry. And it's awkward because Puppet Mike is sitting on Mr. Pickle's lap right now.
Mr. Pickle is going to lullaby him to sleep.
And my Michael Kors is sitting next to them. If I pick that up and there's a little something on it, you're getting my dry cleaning bill.
Take that with you. It's a gift.
It's the parting gift of the night.
That's how we show that we care in this household. That's every girl that's left here knows that she's cared
No. Let's find out about the athlete.
Where was the alcohol again?
I know, right? Well, let's find about the athlete.
Okay.
Ghost
Is this
sex.
Bo Derek?
Bo
No.
Derek?
Michael Jordan?
No.
What do you mean?
I know him.
You don't know Bo Derek?
No.
Bo don't
Was
know?
he on Was he on
Bo
that
Derek,
movie?
Bo Derek was in the movie 10. You're talking about Bo.
Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Uh-huh.
I have no
Look at me
idea.
saving the day with the sports figure.
I know.
There you go. Look at her. Bam!
I know
On top
my-
of stuff.
I know my baseball.
New on Toxic Radio. Sports with Gene.
Gene Durkin. So British athletes are claiming that sex ghost is haunting their reality show. Well, that's one way to scare up publicity. 2 British athletes are starring in a new reality show that are claiming a sex ghost seems to be haunting their hotel rooms. British Paralympian. Her name is just ironic. Kadina Cox and retired rugby star Gareth Thomas are 2 of the celebrities competing on The Jump, a British show where famous people compete in various snow sports. A ski jump with the stars, if you will. Oh my gosh, my nose. The season's first episode aired Sunday on Channel 4 network. Of course, this is in Great Britain. But the show is scaring.
homeland.
There you go. Is scaring up more attention for what's happening in the celebs' hotel rooms. During the episode, the 25-year-old Cox reported. Who wrote this? They did that on purpose. Reportedly asked for a new room after allegedly being sexually violated by a ghost. Another competing celebrity, Emma Parker Bowles. This is weird. I feel like
Is it bowels or bowls?
Oh, it's Bowles. I just liked Bowles better. I think went with the story.
I don't believe this story anymore.
The Duchess of Cornwall's niece said on the shows that Cox was penetrating by some sort of paranormal entity. Thomas, 42, concurred. She had a ghost going in and out of her. Wow!
Oh, that's a little much.
She had a sleep thing.
Jenna. Really, children are listening.
I'm sure.
They better not be.
He said, according to The Sun, she wishes it were a person. It was going in and out of her body.
Yeah.
Why are they being so detailed?
Those bricks are usually a little more stuffy than this.
The feeling was apparently so real for her. She asked for her room to change, as did Thomas. I wanted to move to a different floor.
They were both in the same room?
No, they were on the same floor.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to move different floors because when I was hearing the ghost stories, I was at the very, very end of the corridor and I got scared, he said, according to the Express. Cox and Thomas are just the latest semi-famous people who've claimed they have had ghost sex. Last year, Bobby Brown promoted his autobiography by claiming he had ghost sex with him. A ghost had sex with him.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm going to have ghost sex with you. Just close your eyes.
Sounds like something you could say in a club.
Pretend I'm not here. And then it's ghost sex.
And I'm going to leave really quick after this, so that's why.
No, we don't have to have regular sex, baby. Ghost sex.
I'm going to ask Sean.
Close your eyes.
Do that this weekend.
And you don't even know I'm here. Next thing you know, I'm walking in with a sheet over my head.
I can't. I wasn't high, Brown told 2020. I was not tripping. In September of 2012, here we go. Kesha told Ryan Seacrest her song Supernatural was inspired by a randy romp with a male ghost. It's about experiences with the supernatural, but in a sexy way. She told Seacrest, I had a couple of experiences with a few, I guess. With the supernatural. I don't know his name. He was a ghost. I'm very open to it. The concept of the ghost sex arouses a lot of interest. And there are some people, they have a name. Spectrophiliacs who fantasize about spooky encounters. Debunkers, however, are quick to dismiss that ghost on human whoopee. Ben Radford, the deputy editor of Skeptical Inquirer magazine, calls such experiences a that's a big word. Hypophonetic hallucinations. These vivid hallucinations, which can be sexual, are common to people going in and out of sleep. They are usually harmless, is what he told the Seeker.com. Few people who are visited by these seducers, specters, complain about it. So if you experience it, there's little to fear. But it always reminds me of that. What was the movie the Wayne brothers did? And it was a spoof on...
Scary Movie?
No. It was a spoof on... It was more recent. A spoof on that movie where they tried to say that they were moving into a house together and the girl was a student. Oh my gosh, hold on, it's right on the tip of my tongue. If I do that, it might come off.
That's what she said.
Nasty. That movie, it came out like only a couple years ago, and they keep making stupid like prequels, and they keep making sequels of it. And it's supposed to be like a documentary, but they tried to portray it like it was a documentary
With the Wayans brothers?
Wait, but the Wayans brothers did the spoof.
White Girls.
No, it's the movie.
It's trivia night. I did not know. Can we Google it?
We have to Google it because
No, you can't Google it or else you lose trivia.
Stop.
That's why we have the bell out.
Stop.
That's why there's a bell right there. If you get it right, you ring the bell.
Okay.
What's the movie? Oh my gosh, what is the freaking movie with the dude, the
Call
girl
in,
and their
people.
guy?
Watch the movie with
We're
the
gonna-
girl and the guy and the dude.
Yes, we're going to ride this episode out. We're just trying to figure this out.
Fake documentary movie. Ghost.
Yes, this is Googling with Jenna.
These aren't telling me anything. These aren't telling me anything. Let's go to a break. I'm calling.
Google Blue Waffle.
No, because I've seen that and it's
What does that
disgusting.
mean?
Nothing. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to bleep that out of the show.
Nasty. Don't do it, Gene.
Okay.
Go to a commercial. I'm going to have the name of this movie in a minute.
All right.
Yo, hoes. Okay.
Toxic energy.
So, yes, I want to do that.
That's how Rick would come back. That's exactly how he would do it.
Rick Pruitt, what's up, hoes? All right. So I had to make a phone call into my husband because he is literally the movie guru. Every movie that
Not right now because he can't find the remote.
so I know I really should have called him on live. I really should have, but I didn't know he was going to answer. But yeah, so he confirmed that the movie that I was referring to was Paranormal Activity. You people in the chat room
I thought
couldn't
it was
have.
the haunted house.
No. The movie, the original movie is Paranormal Activity, where they
Okay.
set up the ghosts cameras and they tried to
Okay.
portray like it was an actual thing, and then they ended up coming with like 8 ones and like. Yeah, it just didn't work.
Okay.
But the spoof of it was Haunted House. And in that movie, she's sleeping. So she was sleeping in the bed and she felt something and she ends up getting real freaky with this ghost. And he caught it on camera, the one Wayne's brother. And it was funny. And that was really all that I wanted to say. that article reminded me of that movie.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so
I feel better about my life.
I do believe in it, though, in a certain way, because if you have entities that are earthbound, and they're earthbound because of their vibration or their energy or whatever fear is keeping them here. We'll talk later, Michael.
He's good.
Got to work on that. And they stay earthbound.
Yeah.
Then if that's what they would do in real life, then that's what they would do in death because they haven't advanced on. So
So if
It does.
if they're just going in people's bedrooms and touching them, that's what they.
I need a ghost in my life. Jesus
I think
Christ.
you got one.
Yeah, right here.
Raising his hand. That's nasty. Well, this is personally my favorite topic. Like right now, I know that it's kind of died out in the past couple weeks, but I am like all about this topic right now. This is also from Huntington Post, HuffPost, if you will.
HuffPost, as kids say.
HuffPost, as us youngins millennials say. I did find out that I was a millennial, by the way. I had to
Okay.
look it up.
What is the new generations of kids called?
Z.
I don't like it.
just see.
Z?
Z. So,
I think it's Gen Z.
Once we've gone past Z, then we got nothing else. Then it's just stupid.
We're screwed.
You're the stupid generation.
Stop. That's wrong.
Is it?
We believe the
Will there be
children
a
are
generation
future.
after Z? Because I don't know. I'm just wondering. They're
Listen,
kind of funky.
I just want Jesus to take me back. I want him to take
Baby
me.
Jesus?
I'm fine with
Okay,
that.
all
That's
right.
cool.
Take you back.
Take me back. Take me to
To
heaven.
Paradise City?
preach.
Take me down to the paradise city.
Where's Jesus taking you back to?
To heaven.
Where is heaven?
Home.
Up.
It's
Is it up?
I don't know.
not really.
You ever thought about if
So you're just gonna be chilling in clouds because clouds aren't very buoyant. I mean, you don't get to sit on them.
No, well, when it's just your spirit, there's
Oh.
no weight in heaven.
So
Okay.
gingers aren't gonna be able to go there. Gotcha.
You
you
can
ever
refer
see-
it to Mike at
Here,
Toxic
okay,
Radio.
now I'm going to pull a Jenna B.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, did you ever see this movie? Oh, I do remember the name of it, though.
Oh, good for you, because I can't remember.
A lifeline.
I think it's called Cocoon.
Oh,
With the old people?
The old people movie. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't insult you. You're not old, though.
What do you mean? They're very old.
They are.
So what are you saying?
I didn't know if you were like going to say like. I didn't know if you were going to say like my favorite movie or something. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, it is.
This is just not going anywhere. Let's just
It's not
stop.
my favorite movie. My favorite movie is My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, I love that movie.
Or anything Harry Potter.
Oh, yes. Queen.
But I loved this movie. But if you ever see this movie, and I love Brian Dennehy. I think he's dead now. I'm not sure, but I love Brian
if he
Dennehy.
was old in Cocoon.
If he's still alive, we're making the announcement right now.
And William Brimley?
I
William
don't
Dafoe?
know.
No.
I watched Cocoon in high school. I don't remember why,
Okay. But it's good.
but it's been years
But
since I've
at
seen
the
it.
end of the movie,
Yes.
the aliens who they think are real people take off their human suits, they unzip them, and they're just beings of light.
You're right.
That's what it's like.
You're gonna shine bright, girl.
Shine bright like a diamond.
You should look at that.
Look at what?
Look at like the last
Do you want me to be into the beam pod and then be a part of everything? I'm not gonna do it.
The Bean Pod. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because the whole, I believe, I don't remember seeing the movie,
Right, but
but it
the
was something
pods are in
about
the pool.
once, everybody outside, unless you've been in the pod, you are against it all. And then once you've gone into the pod, then you believe everything and you're a part of it, which kind of goes into the whole thought of a cult, which goes into the whole thought of religion, which goes into a slippery slope of everything.
It does not. They were young again and feeling vibrant, or they could stay old and be crap. They had a great
I'm
life
old
by
and I
going
still
in the
feel
pod.
vibrant. I will swerve away from any real stuff any way I can. This is what it's like being in a relationship with me.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well,
So anyway, but that's what it's like. You just take off that suit, that human suit, and that's kind
Makes
of
sense.
what we are.
I shine bright every time I take my clothes off.
What the fuck?
My husband tells me the same thing.
What?
He says, "You're glowing." And I'm like, "I know. You ain't seen me in action yet." Anyway.
I've rubbed myself with butter.
Butter? Butter?
And he's like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Butter isn't keto, Mike.
Yes, what is? Are you kidding me?
I didn't
You
know
have
it.
you have
Oh, yeah.
yeah, with keto you actually do fat bombs where you do a lot of butter or you actually
What do you snort it?
there's something
in your
called
coffee?
Yeah, in your coffee. And what is that called? It's a
No.
special kind of coffee, bullet coffee. And you put like a chunk of butter in your coffee because you got to get the fat because keto is high fat, medium protein, low carbs.
That's insane. I went through ketosis
works.
before my surgery.
It works. I went off keto for a couple of weeks and I kind of drank a little bit and ate some things I shouldn't have ate. Went up to 198, went back on keto, and back down to 191.
Hey, Dab. Look, he did it. If only Rick was here, he'd be proud. He'd be proud of us,
He
dabbing.
would be proud. He would look at us and go, "What the hell are you doing?"
Dabbing on. He's literally going to say, "Can you please just delete this show?"
So I have a question because
What?
I saw something on the news recently
Oh, gosh.
that got me thinking.
Okay.
Okay, with technology and advancements in medical technology and tooling and everything, we're able to now transplant people's bodies, parts of people's bodies, all the way to the point of face transplants.
Yes.
You could take somebody's face, and I watched a video on this, and the guy was disfigured crazy from a shotgun blast to his face. He self-inflicted.
Right.
He went and got a transplant, and now the face, he's got dead guy face on his face.
Yeah.
Right? Honestly, that's what it is.
It
It's
is.
dead guy face. But the dead guy face now is part of him, and it grows a beard and mustache, and he has to shave, and he can smile, and he can do all this crazy stuff. It took a while to be able to, for the sensors to start firing off, and he has to take pills for the rest of his life to avoid the rejection that his body wants to do with that face. Now, does that affect anything in terms of, you pass on, and I understand the spirit, you're just leaving your body there, but your body is now reanimated to a degree on another person's body.
Doesn't matter. Because the spirit could care less about the body. It's like wearing a very wet sweatsuit all the time.
Mine is so wet.
Ow! Nasty.
I'm Italian. I sweat a lot. I sweat a lot.
But it's
Greasy.
like it's heavy. It's confining. We could care less. When we're done with it, see ya. It's just a carcass. It's just a candy wrapper.
I know,
it's just,
and
we could
that's
care
how,
less.
that's how I feel because I'm an organ donor, proud. And
Me too.
take whatever you need.
So if
babe.
somebody was disfigured in their face, you'd be okay with Jenna face
I don't
on this person now.
I don't know about like my face.
Well, here's
I
the
feel
thing,
like
though.
anything from the neck down. You want my boobs? Take them.
Quote. That'll be on Jenna's business card for her. Yeah.
Do you want my boobs? Just take them. I like it.
Well, I don't think you, because I've seen some face transplants and they're different because the structure's different.
Yeah, I've
So it
seen
wouldn't
them.
be the same.
It wouldn't. There would be like somebody who really knew you, like your parents or your siblings or really good friends would probably see a glimpse of
it's
you.
like,
and so,
it's like looking at a family member.
Yeah.
You know, like my cousins, my niece, we all look a lot alike.
And then
we
all
just-
of a sudden, this stranger is going to look like your
it's okay.
deceased person.
You'd be happy that they were, and there's the. You know what freaks me out is when parents go to meet somebody who has their child's heart.
I was just thinking
That freaks me out. It doesn't do anything to the spirit, but to the people here, that would freak me out.
See, that doesn't freak me out. Like because it's like if I was God forbid, if I had a child and the child passed away and then we ended up donating the heart
Right.
to another child.
Right.
And I went there, I went to meet that other child that now had my deceased child's heart. And I've seen it where people actually put the stethoscopes
Yes.
up and they listen. I actually would think that would actually give me comfort because it's like I grew that heart in me.
That would kill me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and I feel the opposite.
You know
And I'm
what?
not a mom, so
Right.
I mean, I might
Glad
feel
you had
differently.
it. Glad this happened to you. Sucks
Yeah.
it happened to me. Very happy we could help somebody. Go live across the country. Enjoy your life. Send me a postcard every now and then, and we're done.
Yeah. Well,
That would be me.
that's. I mean, I guess
I'm more creeped out by the face than the heart.
really.
Yeah.
The face. I've seen people with face transplants, and
Yeah.
I just don't
Like
think
the lady who got attacked by the monkey. Remember?
Yep.
Remember?
know if I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah, I saw that one.
I don't think I
Yeah.
saw her.
I have a weird fascination with the fact that we have technology in the medical field has gotten so far that you could take, because there's so many minute little intricacies with every little nerve ending and everything that
Right.
has to match up, like
Right.
especially with a face, but with a hand, with a leg, with anything.
Right.
There's so many that we are able to do that
Yeah.
in today's world where it actually works. You know, you got to take pills for the rest of your life, but
Yeah.
it works. Is so fascinating to me. And the one thing that really distinguishes us as human beings is our face and our structure of our face. That's how you know somebody.
Right.
You're not going to look at somebody's hand and go, I know that hand, or I know that foot.
Yeah.
You might look at other things and go, I know that, but you're not going to. But the face is like, that's what you look at every day, and to know somebody else is walking around with that face, that's more creepy. And know somebody, if it was a loved one of mine or a kid of mine, I don't have any kids, a kid of mine
Daddy knows.
that I know of. And if you think you are one, stop that. But no, if it was a family member, and it would be just so weird to see and know that if I put my cheek against your cheek, that's that person's cheek.
I know.
More so than the heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because that's
See, and
something
then-
you don't
okay.
see.
I think that I personally would feel that way too. Because it's like if it was like my
Yeah.
spouse or something, and then
Right.
all of a sudden this stranger had my spouse's face, I'm like, oh my gosh, those lips are
Lem-
the lips that I kiss, but they're not.
Exactly. Now, there's another thing that I've seen. So I pay attention.
So
I'm
go
so
away.
fascinated. What's that?
So go away.
So go away.
Here's your face. Go across the country.
Go away. I
Send me a
totally agree.
postcard.
I agree with that. No postcard with a picture on it. I don't want to see your
No
face.
picture.
No one local.
pictures.
No one
I don't
local.
want. I don't want to be Facebook friends with you. Go away. So another thing that I saw, which was very fascinating with technology, and I'm a big techie guy, so this is my wheelhouse, which is they are taking, so AI and artificial intelligence is grown leaps and bounds. I play video games with AI technology, and it's crazy the reactions you can get from an AI.
Okay.
But they're taking it now where you can have somebody where you're dumping all of your being, who you are, your fears, your loves, your thoughts, all of this, even your sound, like your voice. They put this into a database and everything, your memories and stuff like that, put into a database. And now they load this into a robot. Yeah, there is this out there. They load it into a robot that has, likeness to you. It's very hard to make a robot look exactly like
Obviously,
somebody,
yeah.
but a likeness to you, and you can interact with it, and you can talk to it, and it has your memories.
People would never. So, like, are you saying that this robot, like, say that happened to me, and I created, and I had all that information into the robot, and then I passed away? Can you continue to have a relationship with said me as a robot? Because that's bizarre. People would never learn to mourn.
Right.
Ever. Which I don't know if that's a sad thing, but like more like death is a part of life.
Right.
So that's what's kind of, that's a very bizarre.
Isn't it? I wish I didn't know I was going to talk about this. If I did, I would have brought it up because this is a part of Joe Rogan who talked about it. And there's actually video of a person interacting with this robot, and it's a person and it's their loved one, and they had it made, and it sits in their house and they interact with it.
Oh, no.
Crazy.
That's
And
very
it has, no, it doesn't talk fluently. It's a little robotically talking, but it has all the memories, and you could say, do you remember this? And the person, it'll respond back to you.
Now, is the person that it's mimicking still alive?
No, the person's mimicking is dead. Wow. That's the whole thing.
I feel like that would create more. I feel like it would be harder.
Because look at Siri.
I do.
Yeah.
Look at Siri. Look at Google Voice. When you talk to it, it responds back to you, and you can have a quasi conversation.
Yeah.
And that's just on your phone.
Yeah.
This is extremely advanced technology that's billions and billions of dollars doing this artificial technology. I mean, with which one was the movie reviewers? Was it Roger Ebert was the one who couldn't talk anymore and had to have.
Yeah.
So when he couldn't talk anymore, his talking machine, because he had been on camera so long, there was so much of him saying words, all of the words that would come up, it was narrated by him. So it was his voice talking even though he couldn't talk.
I have to tell you, my niece sent me a voice message of my mother on her answering machine before my mother passed away.
I know.
It's on my phone somewhere. I don't know where on my phone it is.
Right.
I heard it once, totally blew my mind.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I just think that if like this robot thing took off, that would be so hard. Like if I lost a loved one and I knew that they were gone, but I could still hold like a conversation, and I'm trying to think of like a virtual reality where you could.
Well, that's
I do that, but
I'm like literally my mind's
you
blown.
can, but it would be not with a thing. It would be with.
Well, that's the whole thing with my VR headset. You could end up going somewhere virtually. There's a 100%, because it's not a physical robot,
right?
100% depiction that looks exactly like the person, because it's now a digital thing, 3D model, but it has that artificial intelligence that is that person, because before that person died, they went for 3 hours a day dumping every little bit. Somebody's typing it up, and like somebody has like a book out. They do 3 biographies. You've got all this information on them.
And that's kind of crazy, because if I were setting that up, I'd be like just sitting there chilling, like maybe on the toilet, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, there's that time in 3rd grade that I took that kid's pencil and then he hit me or something. You know what I mean? Like I would think of the big things. I'd think of all the little stupid things.
Nobody thinks on the toilet anymore, Jenna. They all bring their phone in there.
I don't. That's gross. That's gross.
Why is that gross?
For sanitary reasons.
Oh, stop being like that. Didn't you ever listen to George Carlin?
No, I have magazines.
George Carlin.
Who?
What?
George
Jesus
Jefferson?
Christ.
Carlin.
George Carlin. Do you not know who George Carlin is?
I have never heard of him.
Are you serious?
seriously?
I'm not kidding you.
Get out.
I'm not going out there with that ghost.
Oh my. Okay, that's your
is
that
it?
is your assignment this week.
Oh my gosh, I already
you
have
gotta
an
listen to
assignment.
every single album or thing.
Special.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is he a singer?
Oh my
no.
God, I want to punch you in the
swear
throat.
to you,
I so want to punch you in the throat right now.
He's a comedian.
George
he's-
Carlin. I saw him. I saw him before his last HBO special
did you
before he
really?
died. Yes, I was so happy I saw him in AC.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. I love him.
What year was that?
I want to punch you in the throat.
What year was that, Mike?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Who was I with? I go by years of which girl I was dating at that time.
I was with Beth.
I think it was 2005 or 6.
I mean, I was 14, so I
Oh
don't
my
know. 15, so I don't know. I
I
don't
hate-
know why.
I hate you right now. I hate you.
On that note, let's do another commercial break. And then when we come back, I am going to announce something really exciting and fun. And yeah, so go to my at the real Genevieve right now because I'm going to go on Instagram Live to announce it. Hey, nerds. Genevieve's here.
That's how you come back?
Yep.
That's how you
Genevieve's
do?
Here. So, right now I am actually live on my personal Facebook. I have 18 viewers.
Oh my God, 18. You got to be entertaining now. You got to do something.
What do you want me to do? We're dragging the audience. Oh my gosh, this is not a good angle. You need a selfie stick in here,
What?
Mike. All right.
And some
I had a
lighting.
selfie stick.
We
We
need
started
lighting.
beating each other with it.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't here. Hold on. I'm trying to just.
What are you trying to do?
All right, whatever.
Do you need a holder?
No.
Do you want me to hire a cabana boy that just sits here and
Yes.
and holds your phone
Yes.
I would love a cabana boy.
Me too.
for you? Me 3.
So, my fun and exciting announcement that I've been hyping up on my Instagram and on my Facebook and on my Twitter? No, because my Twitter's private, so I really don't do that anymore.
Why do you do private Twitter? What are you doing?
I'll explain why after. I'm not going to do it on the air.
Because it's private.
Because it's private. That's all you need to know.
Where's the remote? Damn it.
Were you getting those DMs?
No, I was not. I wish it was that simple. But anyway, so my announcement is, as you what?
Go.
As you guys know, people that have been listening, I've been on Paradelphia. How long now?
Oh my God, like 20 years.
It's been as long as I've been married, and I've been married almost 6 years.
Yeah, because you had just come back from your honeymoon when I met you.
Yes. Oh, there's so many people watching, and I didn't say hi, everybody watching on my. Oh my! I see now. Anyway. So I've been with Paradelphia for 5 years, and I'm not going anywhere. I know that Rick would love me to just be like, "Listen, this is too much for me." But I'm not going anywhere with Paradelphia. But what is exciting is, do you have a drum roll audio?
Let me see what I can find. Let me look. I'm looking. Here, I got this.
For those who can't see on my Facebook, he just played the "I'm so
let's do it
excited"
again.
from "I'm so excited" from that Saved by the Bell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me. Next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Hot Tea with Genevieve podcast is going to be premiered. Was that a boo?
No, that's supposed to be an O. That's supposed to be an O. I'm sorry.
Hot Tea with Genevieve will be premiering on Toxic Radio, 6:30 to 7:30 on every other Thursday. For right now, it obviously might change, but
Great ass!
thank you. So that's kind of the announcement. It's a little bit about what we're going to be doing on this podcast. I'm really excited because I think I've been talking to you, Mike, about this, wanting to do a podcast like this.
You've mentioned it so many times. I didn't think
so
you were.
long.
I didn't think you were serious for the longest time.
dead
I thought it
serious.
was just like Jenna says things. It's a new show called Jenna Says, and she just says the darndest things. And
whatever I want.
she just says whatever she wants. So Jenna comes in here and just says things. I do the same thing. I say things,
No,
not necessarily meaning them.
No,
And then you messaged me and you were like, no, this is real.
I'm
like, this
real.
is the real deal. Like, we want to do this.
I am ready to do this.
Watch, she skyrockets past everybody on the network and just has the best show. It becomes Toxic Radio featuring Jenna.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm really excited because it's going to be a pop culture podcast. So we're going to be talking about literally everything. Like, we're going to be talking about like things that you're seeing on Twitter, things that are going on in the news, but something that it's going to be like very strict on. We're not going to talk about politics unless it's like funny. So like if Donald Trump, like his wig flies off, we'll talk about that. That's funny. But we're not going to be talking about anything politics, anything like that. But everything and anything we're going to talk about. Happy, upbeat, like, and each week I'm going to have I'm going to try to have a different guest on that's going to kind of just like, I'm going to have people like, I don't want to give away too much right now because there's still like things that I have in my head that I'm like working on at different guests and different things that I want to do. But I have really cool segments up ready, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, and I'm really excited that Mike is allowing me to do this.
Yay.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be awesome. So for those that are listening and watching right now, go to the Instagram. I do have a Facebook ready, but I don't have anything posted. Go to my Instagram, Hot Tea with Jenna B podcast. My friend Steven was like, that's the longest Instagram name ever. But yeah, so 6:30s starting next, what is next Thursday? The 6th?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
So you can listen live. You'll be able to listen live, but of course we'll have a recording somewhere. I'm sure.
Your recorded version, we'll announce when it's released and up, but it'll be everywhere. We will have it.
Yes.
It'll be posted to your Facebook page. It'll be posted to your Twitter. It'll be posted to Apple Music,
Yes.
Spotify, Stitcher, all the locations you get podcasts. We
So
will be
excited.
It'll be everywhere.
And
It's
it'll
the
be
first.
awesome. And I'm just so excited that I'm going to do this. So like I said, it's probably going to be, every other Thursday. And I'm just going to listen, I know a lot of people in like the music business. I know a lot of people, like I have a lot of connections, different places. So I'm really trying to work on some cool, like call-in guests. One person I will announce this little tidbit. One person I'm really trying to work on right now is I'm trying to get Snooki to call in from Jersey Shore. I have a few people that can possibly make that happen, but we're going to keep trying because right now she's at the height of her career again because Jersey Shore came back on. So that's the announcement. I don't know if anyone is excited.
I am.
You.
The
I
chat
am.
room says, I like it. The name is a win.
Yes.
Thank you. Who said that?
Is Pam.
Yes, Pam. She's the bomb. So, but anyway, so thanks, Rick, for letting me have this 15 minutes to talk about my podcast. But I am still going to be doing Paradelphia. So Mike gets a double dose of Jenna B on Thursdays, twice a month.
Oh my God. Double your fun.
I
Double
should
your
do a
pleasure.
reading show with you, Mike.
Oh, Jesus.
You listen to that all the time.
And of course, you'll hear Mike on the show. We can't have a show without Mike.
Oh, no, I'm hiring somebody to come in here and sit with you.
He's
There's
not
a job
about it.
opening
She's a
here at Toxic.
handful. She's a handful.
So that's pretty much it. I don't know. I think it was a good Paradelphia show.
Absolutely.
That was about it.
And we can remember it too this time.
I know. I can't wait. Well, I can't wait until I can drink again.
Yes.
And be.
We'll do that on Paradelphia. We'll start that up.
Oh yeah.
That'll be up. We'll pop one for that.
Well, listen. The Thursday that I can drink again,
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I have off the next day because I'm gonna be drinking.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. We got a lot to celebrate.
So there we go.
There you go.
All
I
right.
don't drink anymore.
Oh, really?
Why?
You're a liar.
Kidding.
Mike
Okay.
lies.
Go down and do a shot
Sick.
right now. I've got root beer whiskey down there.
Oh.
It's amazing.
I used to drink root beer something.
Killing me.
I don't remember what it was.
Maybe floats.
No. Alcohol. Shots of something root beer. I just don't remember.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Jean, so much for coming
Thank you
on
very
the
much for
show.
coming in.
And Mike, as always,
You thanking me for coming in, too?
thanks for coming into your own studio. I had to turn the light on. He locked the door and then he unlocked it and didn't even open it for me.
She tried to walk right in. She doesn't know what I'm doing in here.
Well,
Listen,
we're
I was
talking
hoping
right
I
now.
would see your secrets.
That's what you call it.
So nasty. the wrong man. All right. Well, I think that's it for Paradelphia
All
tonight.
right.
We'll be back not next week. We will be back the following week.
Right.
But 6:30 p.m. Hot Tea with Genevieve will be broadcasting. So
Next week?
Yep.
The first.
The first Thursday. Yep, that's the first one. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
September 1st.